Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into something pretty critical for modern companies. How do they actually keep growing, sustain that growth when everything's constantly shifting? Digital disruption, AI seems to be everywhere, and, well, just being overwhelmed with data.
Yeah, it's a huge challenge. And it's tempting to think, oh, just get the latest AI tool or, hire more data people. But the source we're looking at today suggests maybe the answer lies somewhere else.
Exactly. We're exploring parts of an article called Systems Thinkers, the Core of Modern RevOps. Our mission here is to really understand why people who think in a certain way, these systems thinkers, are becoming so essential, especially in revenue operations or RevOps.
hmm And this deep dive, we hope, will clarify what that actually means, what a systems thinker does in this context, and maybe more importantly, why this human capability is kind of the unsung hero of growth right now.
Okay, so let's unpack that. The article really emphasizes these systems thinkers. How does the source define what that actually is, like in a business context?
Well, the source describes it as seeing the company not just as boxes on an org chart, right, but as a single interconnected living system. Think of it like a complex machine. Every part affects every other part. A systems thinker gets that instinctively.
So it's both seeing the small details and the really big picture.
Precisely. You need both. They're the ones who naturally look across those traditional silos.
Hmm.
Sales, marketing, finance, service, and connect points that maybe others don't even see are related.
Right. And the article makes this really interesting observation that these thinkers are increasingly found in RevOps roles, the function connecting sales, marketing, finance, customer success, IT. So why RevOps? What's the specific need there?
That's key. The source argues RevOps isn't just about making processes efficient. It's more fundamental. It's about alignment, adaptability, organizational learning. Systems thinkers are crucial in RevOps because they can look at all those different tools and teams.
And kind of weave them together.
Exactly. Weave them into workflows that make sense, that are measurable, and that actually support the whole customer journey, not just pieces of it.
So they're the ones translating the big strategy.
Into day-to-day execution, yeah.
Yeah.
Using data to guide it. And a really important thing they do is design feedback loops.
Feedback loops.
Yeah, so the whole system gets smarter. What marketing does actually impact sales downstream? How does the onboarding experience affect renewal rates? They build ways to see that. Plus, they can coordinate across departments because they speak both languages, business strategy, and the tech side of things.
That makes sense. And the source mentioned adapting tools too, right? Making the tech fit the reality, not the other way around.
Absolutely. Instead of forcing your messy customer journey into a rigid CRM process, they adapt the tools to actually support how customers engage. They optimize the entire revenue engine because they see it as one thing.
Okay, that leads to another point. The article stressed this idea of the human edge, especially now with AI becoming so prominent. Why can't fancy automation tools just do this systems thinking? That seems like a really important distinction to make.
It really is. The article's pretty clear. Tools are great for automating tasks, repeatable processes,
Hmm.
but they can't, think or sense like a human systems thinker can. Your software probably won't flag that marketing campaigns are generating leads. Sales isn't equipped to handle effectively.
Or it won't anticipate, like, how changing pricing might mess up the customer onboarding flow way down the line.
Exactly, those downstream effects. Or spot misaligned incentives, where hitting a metric actually encourages the wrong behavior.
Yeah.
Tools don't see that context.
Mm.
Only people, especially those with that systems intuition, can really spot those issues, creatively rethink workflows, figure out how to implement governance, rules and controls without killing speed and innovation. And crucially, connect today's actions to long-term company value.
Right. So what the source is saying, essentially, is that hiring RevOps leaders who are systems thinkers, it's not just an operational tweak. It's actually a strategic investment in the company's resilience, its adaptability. It's about turning all that complexity into something streamlined and scalable for growth.
It totally shifts the focus on where the real leverage is, not just the tools, but the thinking behind how they're used together.
So pulling it all together then, the source seems to argue that maybe in the rush for the newest tool or just hitting this quarter's number, companies are missing the biggest piece. The real opportunity is finding and empowering people who can see the whole system, understand its flow, and improve it holistically, making the whole operation smarter.
The future of revenue, as they put it, is systemic. It's not just about doing tasks faster.
Which really leads to a powerful question for you, listening.
Yeah, how does your own organization identify or maybe cultivate this kind of systems thinking?
Or even just Where are you feeling the need for that bigger picture connective view in your day-to-day work? Definitely something to think about.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.